What's up guys, it's At The Moment Tony and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, make sure to stick around, watch this video and watch my past videos as well, the past two that I've uploaded, and make sure that you leave a like if you do like these videos, leave a dislike if you don't, and leave a comment as to why you disliked if you disliked so that I can work with your feedback. But if you do enjoy, make sure to stick around. I'm going to have tons more content coming out, especially because I literally just got dumped yesterday, so now I have more free time. Self-deprecating jokes that cover real pain. However, today's topic is going to be my Black Ops 4 Zombies season predictions for the old story. So this is going to be the map prediction, storyline prediction just for the old story, as that's the story that I'm already focused on most. However, I may make a video regarding the new story once we get new information, because right now I literally have nothing to base it off of except for the fact that they're just like trying to like time travel with like finding an artifact or however that works. But I mean, that's pretty much what we've been doing since forever, is traveling through certain areas trying to find artifacts so that there's this big conclusion. So we're going to be talking about 3 predictions for this old stories season, and we're going to be talking about like ties into it, and not all of these are like fully like thought through, like I wrote all these down. However, like obviously there's room for interpretation and growth, and if any of these turned out to be right, that would definitely be awesome. However, you know, it's too early to say. So you guys let me know what you think of these predictions, and here we go with the first prediction, which is revisiting the Black Ops 2 maps. So in this, every map is different than before, kind of like Blood of the Dead, how we know that that's going to be, you know, a completely different sort of map. It's still Mob of the Dead, but there's more, and things are completely revamped and changed. But we're not going to talk too much about Blood of the Dead right now, because I have a separate video about that coming out later this week. So we're going to go in order of the Victus maps: Transit, Die, Rise, and Buried. However, these maps are going to take place in different times with different features and brand new Easter eggs. What I mean by this is, this would be playing through maybe after the Victus crew is there, or maybe before, to try to disrupt things and prevent certain things from happening within the universe, so that maybe we can get some sort of extra help from that universe's like Maxis or Richtofen, and since they're in the Aether, so we'll see how that happens. But mainly this would allow the Zombies Season Pass pre-order bonus to be mini-maps like Town, Farm, and Bus Depot, so that we have not 3 but 6 maps of our choosing to play on release. 3 brand new Zombies experiences and 3 old experiences with new features that are more used for minigames. This will encourage people to buy the Zombie Season Pass using the nostalgia of the old mini-maps, and new players to buy something that adds to their experience and will give them something easier to play, because I'm sure that when it comes to difficulty of the Zombies maps, 9 might be the easiest, Voyage is going to be medium, but Blood of the Dead will definitely end up being the hardest. However, for new people who just like to do it on a much smaller scale, I know there's going to be like customization and stuff, but you can really learn these maps and learn the playstyle using maps like Town. So like I said, we're going to do Transit, Die, Rise, Buried, and we'll have those bonus maps, and through that it's going to be just doing temporal disruption and working on fixing certain things in that universe to aid our crew and aid with the blood and all of that. However, the 4th map of the season, and this is one of my favorite parts of this prediction or theory, will be a mix between Nuketown and Moon. In this map, we'll be preventing the nuke from dropping in Nuketown, and then preventing the Moon missiles from hitting the ground, and that'll be the Easter egg. Now, this would explain the Nuketown loading screen revamp that was released in the comics a good while ago, since we've seen all of the maps that they did loading screens for remastered except for Nuketown. However, the Nuketown Zombies experience this time around will be similar to Blood of the Dead, just like the others, as it's not a remaster, but a complete and utter remake and new map. It's got the old map layout on the inside, like in the middle, but around it there's so much more, including this giant drill that we see in the comic book. And then there's going to be a way to teleport to the moon and interrupt maybe the Black Ops 1 crew from messing up that reality, or timeline, whichever word you prefer. And in that, it's going to be more like Moon is the no man's land, and then the main map is Nuketown, making things definitely spun on its head. And I'm not exactly sure what kind of story would go in there. Maybe I'll investigate this prediction a little later and kind of talk more about it in its own separate video if you guys want to hear that. So make sure to let me know. But I just think that'd be something a little fun. This was kind of like a screwing around prediction, just to see, like, you know, it'd make things definitely interesting. And I think that this is the least likely to come true, because, I mean, I know they're doing 2 different storylines in this, and I think that it would just make it easier on the development team to be able to just do something like this, where they don't have to go all out on brand new ideas for 2 new storylines so they don't get burnt out. However, I'm sure that everything will be fine, and this one is the least likely to happen, so we're going to go on to prediction number 2, revisiting the Black Ops 3 maps. Now, just like the first theory, it's going to be a little bit different than the originals. However, this is definitely more in-depth and would be something way more plausible to actually happen. Just like disrupting things by killing OG Richthofen in the cutscene for the Giant, our crew is trying to find a way to make sure that we don't repeat this cycle like we've seen. The Black Ops 3 maps occurred due to temporal disruptions of sorts, having giants and Garad Krovi and all of these things that aren't meant to be, due to the fact that there's so much going on that shouldn't be, and we're messing up reality by killing certain people and going into realities that, you know, maybe had some sort of issue. But we're going to be revisiting the same realities from before and changing things. And how are we going to do it? With the summoning key and maybe other artifacts. The thing is about the summoning key in Black Ops 3 is that we've only really seen it used in cutscenes, and the one time we got to use it was in Revelations, when it was literally just an uplink ball that we threw at things for the Easter egg, which was really underwhelming and misproportionally sized. However, this means that we can maybe explore the summoning key more and maybe use that as a sort of replacement for the afterlife in Blood of the Dead, like Mr. T. Lexify and JC Backfire discussed in the Things People Say About Blood of the Dead video. I really feel like Black Ops 4's old story should definitely focus more on about how the summoning key is used, and maybe we take the Victus souls and have them coming along with us, and we have to like place them in different spots, which would also mix with the first theory, but we can definitely use this for disruption. So back to this theory, the maps will have the same theme. Dreisendrach is still Dreisendrach, but maybe in a different time and definitely a different layout, because most, if not all, the maps will have a different structure, playstyle, and definitely the Easter eggs will be 100% different, yet still semi-reminiscent of the original ones. The more things we do in the map, the more things will change around the map, like the environment and the placement things. Like, as rounds go on, we have to do certain things, like to turn on the power, quote-unquote. We need to distort the map from its original setting. We need to move things. We need to change things. And in this would be definitely a great idea to reintroduce old things like maybe PhD Flopper and old guns, to be able to mess with the environment and bring things in without having to like have a weird explanation behind them. We just get to do it. And the final map will be Revelations. And I don't know if it would be named that, but it'd be the same thing. And it starts the same, exactly the same. However, as the rounds progress, each round everything starts changing, from the locations and how to get to them, as well as what's inside them, as our characters have mastered manipulation of reality due to the summoning key. Now, personally, this just seems like a lot of fun to me. I definitely want to see the summoning key used a lot more. That's something I'm really, really on about. And I'd love to see, you know, things change over the map's progression. And it would still definitely be good for the developers to just do sort of the same thing, but not quite, as they don't need to be burnt out by making 2 brand new maps every so often, however long the DLC gap will be. But it would definitely be something interesting and will keep us on our toes, yet still play on what we already know. Now, the third and final prediction is just teaming up with the Shadow Man. This is a very basic, generic prediction that can lead to several sorts of things, and this is something that I would definitely make more of a video about explaining. But it's just new maps all the way around, but each Easter egg is teaming up with the Shadow Man to fix things that Monty has done. However, in the end, we have to sacrifice ourselves to save the children, as they'll be given more of an importance this time around. And what I mean by that is maybe we stop ourselves from an old reality from doing certain things. Maybe we travel through time to make sure that certain things aren't accessible. It could be literally anything. But see, that's the thing, is that it's way too early in the process to fully make a good, informed guess about what these maps will be. However, for fun, I was thinking about these last night, as I had literally nothing better to do, and figured I'd make this my next video. So if you guys did enjoy, make sure to leave a like. If you didn't enjoy, leave a dislike and leave in the comments why you dislike the video, so I can work with your criticism and make sure to make my content better for not just you, but for me and for everyone. Let me know what you guys think about these predictions, and tell me any of your own, and I may feature them in another video very soon. The next video is going to be predictions and then theory guessing and all of that about Blood of the Dead itself, as I've been thinking a lot about that map, as it's the map that I'm most excited for when it comes to Black Ops 4. Also, on a real note about that joke I made in the beginning of the video, my relationship did just end last night, so that's why I sound kind of crappy, is because it's definitely been interesting, and I'm not going to share too much about it as it's my personal life, but don't think that I'm going to be stopping videos. If anything, that just means that the productivity and production of videos on the channel is going to go up, as this will be my way to help myself feel better. For the real ones out there, I appreciate your support, the guys who've been with me all the way through, especially a good friend of mine, Admiral Gaming, or Dadmiral, or Tyler. Definitely going to be seeing a bit of him on the channel. If you guys from back in the day remember who he is, he's a great guy, and we're going to be playing with him a lot more. And I will be seeing you guys later this week with another video and some streams. And I think that's just about it. This is At The Moment Tony, signing off. Peace.